Right now, deep inside your brain, your putamen is quietly filing every new skill you attempt under a folder marked failure. And the neuroscientists who map this circuit admit they have no way to switch it off. It happens in the first 90 seconds of trying anything unfamiliar. Before you've even decided you're bad at something, this structure has already decided for you. But high performers have found one way to hijack this circuit, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is. Here's what's happening to you right now. Tonight, every time you pick up a guitar, open a coding tutorial, or try a new language and quit by page 3, your putamen isn't neutral. It's not waiting to see how you do. It's actively working against you, and it's been doing this since the moment you were born, wired for efficiency, not growth. Every skill you already have, walking, typing, driving your usual route home, lives in there as a locked, energy-cheap program. Your putamen's entire job is protecting those programs. A new skill is a threat to that efficiency, and your brain treats threats to efficiency the same way it treats threats to your body, with resistance. That clumsy, humiliating feeling when you fumble a new movement or blank on a new word, that's not weakness. That's your own brain sabotaging you on purpose. Here's the mechanism, and it's uglier than you think. When you attempt something new, your putamen and the surrounding basal ganglia flood the circuit with inhibitory signals, GABA, mostly, designed to suppress unfamiliar motor and cognitive patterns before they can take hold. Picture a bouncer at a club door, and every new skill you bring is turned away before it even gets a look. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex is screaming the opposite signal, trying to force the new pattern through by sheer willpower. That tug-of-war is why learning something new feels exhausting in a way that repeating something familiar never does. You're not imagining the fatigue. Two systems in your skull are at war, and for the first several hours of practice, the habit-protecting side is winning by design. Here's the part the experts can't fix. Neurologists who study basal ganglia function will tell you plainly, this suppression circuit cannot be consciously overridden. You cannot think your way past it. You cannot want it away. It's a subcortical structure. It doesn't answer to conscious intention, the way your breathing rate mostly doesn't either. Motivation, willpower, positive self-talk, none of it reaches this deep. That's why New Year's resolutions to finally learn piano die within 2 weeks. You're not fighting a lack of discipline. You're fighting a structure that evolved specifically to make new patterns feel bad so old, efficient ones survive. And here's the twist almost nobody tells you. Discipline and motivation actually make this worse. Forcing yourself through gritted teeth practice sessions spikes cortisol, and elevated cortisol has been shown to strengthen the very inhibitory signals your putamen is using to block you. The harder you white-knuckle it, the harder your brain slams the door. This is why, just push through it, advice fails so many adults trying to pick up new skills later in life. They're accidentally reinforcing the exact resistance they're trying to overcome. So here's the rule the researchers buried, the one high performers use without ever naming it. It's called microdosed incompetence. Instead of one long, grueling practice session that triggers maximum inhibitory backlash, you attempt the new skill in short, low-stakes bursts, under 5 minutes, repeated multiple times a day, with real breaks between. 5 minutes is short enough that your basal ganglia doesn't register it as a sustained threat worth fully suppressing. But repeated across a day, those 5-minute windows still accumulate the reps needed for new patterns to bypass the gatekeeping circuit and start forming their own pathway. Elite musicians, surgeons, and athletes have used fragmented, high-frequency practice for decades, not because someone taught them the neuroscience, but because it simply worked, and the neuroscience is only now catching up to explain why. Tonight, don't sit down for a heroic hour with the new skill you've been avoiding. Set a timer for 4 minutes. Do it. Walk away completely. Come back 2 hours later and do 4 more minutes. Repeat that 3 or 4 times before bed. You will feel like you're doing nothing. That feeling is the sign it's working. You're staying under your putamen's threat threshold while still logging real repetitions. But the putamen isn't the only structure quietly working against the person you're trying to become. There's another one, deeper still, that decides which of today's failures your brain even lets you remember tomorrow, and it's far less forgiving.